Come on. What is going on, YouTube? The Assist Man. I'm coming at you guys with part 2 of the little series that, this 2-part series that I wanted to talk about, where if you missed part 1, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. It's going to be my previous video. Go back and watch part 1 of this little series where I was talking about paying monthly for games as opposed to actually paying full price for the game when you first buy it. Picking back up, man, in part 2 with the second half of the gameplay on The Division with me and my friend Homicide, two-manning the challenging linking tunnel mission. So this is the end, this is the boss fight right here. So that's the gameplay you're going to be watching, the second half of that if you watch the first half. Now in the second half, or in the first half, like I said, in the first part of the video I made, I said that I would go ahead and continue on to part 2 where I'm going to talk about, are video games actually worth $60? And that's what this game and this gameplay in this video is. Part 2 of that. So now, let's go ahead and just get into the topic. Are video games actually worth $60? You see, anytime you buy a new video game, and I touched on this in part 1 of this little 2-part little series I'm doing about gaming right now, is that when you buy a new game, man, they're $60. Like, mostly all the time, the games come out, they have an MSRP set retail price by the manufacturer of $59.99, so the game is $60. But see, a lot of consumers, gamers, we buy a game for $60, and a lot of the times the game is not worth $60. The game sucks, or it has glitches, or it's just boring, or it's broken, or it's completely unplayable, kind of like Halo Master Chief Collection. But a lot of times we buy games and they're just not worth $60. Or so we thought. You see, I want to put a different spin on things like I normally do, and I want to talk about looking at the gaming and the cost of gaming from another standpoint in a different aspect. I'm one of the most firm believers that, I like to rant about things a lot. I like to call out the inequalities and things a lot. So I've came out publicly and said plenty of times that I don't think games are actually worth $60. I really don't think that they are. And that's one of the reasons why in part 1 of this little video I'm doing, I touched upon how it would benefit us tremendously if we paid a monthly charge for video games instead of buying the game up front. And it would benefit us. But, I've touched base plenty of times and talked about how games are not worth $60. But we have to look at them from a different aspect, because I think a lot of times we don't look at them from this aspect. And if you really start thinking about what I'm about to tell you guys, believe it or not, most games are actually worth well more than $60. They're actually worth way more than $60. You see, games and gaming has always been and always shall be, or should be, a form of entertainment. That's what games are. They're to play to have fun. They're a form of entertainment. Now, $60 for a game, a form of entertainment. Where can you go and get the amount of entertainment dollar value per hour that you get with video games? Nowhere. At least in my opinion, you can't. You see, say for instance, you go out. You go to the movies. You maybe take your girlfriend, your boyfriend to the movies. Some of you girls that watch my channel, or some of you gay guys that watch my channel, I know some of y'all do. Say, for instance, you go to the movies. You take your girlfriend and your boyfriend to the movies. Them damn tickets be like $12 a piece, $15 a piece nowadays. So let's just say they $12 a piece, that's $24 right there. Then you get that expensive-ass popcorn, that expensive-ass soda, those expensive-ass drinks. Next thing you know, you spent another $20, $25 on concessions. So you into the movie for like 40, 50 bucks right out the jump. And how long does the average movie last? 2 hours. That's how long an average movie lasts. And actually, it's probably less than that. But let's just say it's 2 hours. So you just spent like 50 bucks on 2 hours. But say, for instance, you play a video game. You spend $60 on that video game. I can't base this off of everybody, but I can tell you my personal opinion and what I think the average is. I think the average player plays video games for 50 hours per game. I think you will get at least 50 hours of gameplay. Now that number will go higher or lower, because obviously if it's a game you're first trying out for the first time, you buy it, you think it sucks, you might only play the game for 5 or 10 hours. You might even play it for less than that. I've played certain games that I just thought were terrible after like 3 hours or 2 hours and stopped playing them. But then again, you have other games that you've played for a tremendous amount of time. For instance, Tom Clancy's The Division right now, I'm into this game for over 300 hours. You know, Black Ops 2, I probably played that game for, you know, tens of thousands of hours, or who even knows how long I've played that game for. But like I said, it's all going to average out. Some games you're only going to play for an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, but other games you're going to play for hundreds upon hundreds of hours. So let's say the average game you play for 60 hours. 60 hours is when you buy a game, and the life of you owning that game, how long you'll actually play that game for. 60 hours. Well then, what is that equivalent to? Well, if the game costs $60 and you play for 60 hours, it's costing you $1 an hour for the entertainment value of that game. Let's just say you play it only for 30 hours. Well then, it's only costing you $2 an hour. And let's just say, for instance, you only play the game for 10 hours total. It's only costing you $6 an hour of entertainment value. Now let's say you play that game for 200 hours. Let's say 300 hours. If you play that game for 300 hours, it's only costing you like 20 cents an hour of entertainment value. 20 cents an hour. Where are you gonna go where you don't have to leave the house? You don't have to get dressed. You don't have to spend money on gas. You don't have to leave the comfort of your own home and get entertainment value for $1 or less an hour? Nowhere. So, are video games worth $60? I mean, when you really think about it, how bad games have been, no, they're not. But when you look at games and gaming from a purely entertainment value perspective, they are worth much more than $60. Because like I said, the average game that you guys enjoy, think about it. You probably put 200, 300, 400, 1,000 hours into it. Where are you going to go and get that much entertainment value for that many hours for $60? Nowhere. You can't do it. So as much as me and you guys, and we all do bash on games and say they're not worth $60, yeah, for the most part, a lot of these games are not worth $60. But when you look at it from the entertainment value perspective alone, games are worth it. As much shit as I talk about, you know, The Division, as broken as it is, I'm still enjoying playing it. And even if I stopped playing it right now, I still got 300 hours of gameplay out of it. So basically, I spent 20 cents an hour to entertain myself for 300 hours. I don't know where the hell you gonna go and entertain yourself for no 20 cents an hour. It can't be done. Shit, you can't even watch cable television for that cheap anymore. So let me know what you guys feel about what I just said down in the comment section of this video. Have you ever thought about it like that before? Have you ever looked at gaming from a purely entertainment value? And where are you gonna go and play a game, you know, or do something for 60 hours? And let it be $1 an hour of entertainment value? Let me know in the comment section, man. Let me know if you guys ever thought about that before. So in theory, I mean, games, they're definitely worth much more than $60 if you're looking at them from specifically an entertainment value. So if you guys enjoyed this video, man, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up like button. We are done. We finally beat the 2-man challenge and mission on Lincoln Tunnel, and that was a Division gameplay. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends about me so they can watch my videos, they can view my channel, and then you can help a brother out. So anyway, YouTube, this is the Assist Man, and until next time, I am out.